All right, so hear me out. Brett Yormark says, hey, everybody in the Big 12, you get $30 million free dollars. Everybody in the Big 12 said, no, we don't want that. Why? I got my boys here to answer. This is the Dose Grande Squad.
You're talking ball with the Big 12 squad. From Oklahoma State to Utah, from Kansas State to BYU, from Houston to Texas Tech, it's the local experts of the Locked On Podcast Network bringing you scoops, breakdowns, and the most comprehensive preview of the upcoming Big 12 weekend. Buckle up. It's the Big 12 squad, and we have a seat for you. No hurt feelings and thin skin allowed. Squad up. You're part of the Big 12 squad.
Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome to the Big 12 squad. I'm Drake Toll from America's #1 Big 12 podcast, Locked On Big 12, alongside Jay Catch of Locked On Cougs, talking all things BYU, Cameron Stewart of Locked On Baylor, Cody Stovall of Locked On Oklahoma State, Kevin Borba with the Buffs, Parker Ainsworth of Cougs talking Houston, and thank you for making our shows your first listen every single day. We will talk about the private equity, capital equity deal. A week ago, how much can change? A week ago, it was free money. Today, it's, I hate that money. How did we get here? Because the entire conference seemed to flip on this entire idea. And we'll also get into the strain of the basketball draft. This lottery with Darren Peterson and AJ DeBonce at the very top has become controversial. And the baseball season, softball season are hitting their peak. If you hit subscribe, we get to keep our jobs. What the hell is Cam doing here? What are they good at, huh? Wow. I haven't seen him in a while. We're talking
cheaper than therapy, brother. It's way cheaper.
Dude, I did. I went to one of those online therapy. Like, it's like, oh, let's see. What's this? If I was to sign up, how much? $80 a week. $80 a week? I just like a dog or something.
That's why we have Cam Stewart.
You know what? While I have you, can I just a grievance real quick?
Yes.
I'm trying to break in this new Baylor baseball hat I had.
Where'd you get that? It's a team issued? It looks old. Like 2019 team issued.
Ordered it from the bookstore. And I'm just like, what? Why do you think it's okay to send me a hat like that?
Whoa.
Oh,
like, is it so hard to put the hat in a damn box? Like,
is that Nike hat too? Oh my God.
It is. And so it's like, I'm never going to be able to fix this brim. It's $40 and I look stupid in it. And I'm just trying, like, send it in a box, dude. $60,000 a year to go to school there, and you can't afford a box to send it in? Like, who sends? I'm seeing this is an epidemic. eBay and now the Baylor bookstore. People think you can just send a baseball cap in a bag.
Bigger
what
question.
What do you think this is?
What did you pay for shipping?
Well,
too much, Parker. This was almost $50 all in. This was like a $38 hat with probably $7 shipping.
Baylor needs the $30 million, is what you're saying.
Get some box.
There's also a non-zero chance that they saw Cameron Stewart on that.
I think my address is probably being passed around the.
Damn it in that bag and ship it his way.
They dropped the steak in the kitchen. Like, give it Cameron Stewart.
On it himself.
And I had to get this hat because all we see on Baylor social media are these really sick hats that they only give to rich people and celebrities that you can't get. Mac
Rhodes' tenure as the Baylor athletic director encapsulated in one hat. It's just that.
Yeah.
That is a great note. Before we get into $30 million, the Baylor, whoever runs their merchandising, she's on Twitter and continues to post pictures of famous people in Baylor hats and like explicitly tweets, no, these are not for sale for the general public, only for the famous. Like, what?
They're like so awesome too. Gruden got one of these hats and it's like a bear just like in a nature scene, right? Like
Riley Green and John Gruden. They're like, oh, you're a regular person? Too bad. She's tweeting that
like a beautiful sun in the background. I'm like, this is all. Everyone's like, this is the coolest thing we've ever seen. And she's like,
can we get this? No.
Seems like the Baptist way, right? Get your bread up or else, that's
that's where the Big 12 is getting its bread down. Nobody wanted the free $30 million in the Big 12 conference. What, you know what? I'm going to open up to all of you. Why? We know why Hatch didn't take it because they don't go in debt. They're too cool. Why did none of you take the free $30 million, guys?
There's got to be a stipulation in there somewhere that everybody collectively wasn't comfortable with, right? This is amazing to me that Brett Yormark and whomever didn't kind of pre-plan this. Right? I'd assume they would have gone into this thinking that, okay, we'll probably have like 8 teams that say yes. The fact that basically everybody said no, it tells me that there's something in it contractually that nobody thought would make any sense. So now it's up to Brett Yormark to make the deal even better or I don't know, I guess completely move on from this ordeal.
Oh.
I understood what Eddie Nunez, the AD at Houston, said when they turned it down, because they operated at this point without a complete rev share. They're getting the full rev share this summer. That's gonna be like
Right, you get it. You're about to get it. So this is the time to dive in, right?
Right. And so I think the thinking there was like, hey, we can get this $20 million. We're about to this $20 million without any strings attached, without any interest on it. Let's see what a year of that looks like before opting into anything.
No. If I'm making $50,000 a year and you give me a raise to $100,000 a year, I think I'm rich because I've been operating on a $50,000 budget. So why not take the $100,000 and then, you know what, another $300,000? What's wrong with you?
And
Well,
that's
that's
why
not quite
people
the same
go into
thing.
credit card debt because
Hey,
they have a credit card limit and like, I have $20,000 now, so I can spend
Luckily,
it all.
I have rocket money.
There you go.
Done.
That was and for what it's worth, when the deal came out, I was like, at the surface level, the information we got, I think as a Houston person, I still would have taken it as well, Drake. I just think that his argument made sense to me. Like, hey, we haven't even seen a year what this looks like. Let's see what a year of it looks like at first.
Kelvin Sampson said it. We're poor.
We're poor.
Look, okay, we keep throwing that out there, and I throw it out there a lot. Do you want to peek behind the kimono on the day that happened? Or we're gonna let that fly, because the day that happened was a big recruiting day for another Big 12 school, and that was the reason that he said it. Like that's we lost out on one, and earlier that day, and then he went out and beat UCF like they stole something. And he was like, "Hey, we need more money." Like, that was really there was a lot more to that day.
Saying we need more money versus we're poor are two very different messages.
Parker, you made the graphic that says directly, "We're poor." Kelvin Sampson, Houston head coach.
Oh,
You made that.
and it did numbers. it did numbers.
I'm just saying the messaging of we need more money versus we're poor has two completely different connotations.
You monetize that post, and let me tell you, no longer poor.
So, okay, I think it's been brought up that somebody found something they didn't like. Now, there is the stipulation there that if you do not pay it back, that RedBird gets a stake in then they make decisions for your athletic department. They can, partially alongside your AD, call the shots. Yeah, what do you want, huh? Baylor.
Can we please opt into this? Can I have somebody else making the damn decisions in our athletic department, please?
Well,
After hearing this, I'd like to opt in.
the other side of it, Drake, as I understand,
Change my mind.
reading about this is that RedBird will get first right to pull a cut of your TV revenue money going forward if you do opt into this deal. So that could be part of this, Cody, that people just don't want RedBird dipping into their pocketbook before they even get access to it.
Yeah.
I think if like Colorado, who even though they're not the best this past year, obviously they still are on national TV every week. They're still one of the more watched teams in the Big 12. Like, I think there's more risk, and this is going back to the credit card thing. Like, the higher your credit card limit is, the more you think you could spend, and then it's like all of a sudden I'm in debt, right? And like if you're Colorado, what's the point of risking this if you just hired your AD and his contract is heavily incentivized to fundraise money for the program, right? He gets bonuses based on however, like sellouts or win totals or whatever. Like they get bonuses, or at least Colorado's gets bonuses for fundraising. So it's like that's his job. So don't take away from your own athletic department if you don't have to. And I think eventually we'll see teams dip into this. Like we will. Colorado said they approve of the Big 12 trying something. So I think that's a positive, but they just weren't ready to be the guinea pig, I think, this time.
Well, guys, that brings up a really good point. What if this deal gets reorchestrated? They change some of the stipulations and the percentage is only like $4 million. Does it sweeten the pot? Do you think that this was only the first round of trying to get something going now? Is that what Brett Yormark was trying to do, is just get it started to some degree?
Maybe.
I think you have to like get the ball rolling, because like what if there's like a recruit where your program's like for Houston, what if Kayshawn Henderson was like, you know what, I don't know if this is the right place for me, and Houston's like, okay, we're gonna get $5 million from this donor for you. Like maybe that's how we see it implemented, rather than just like an overall lump sum of like, yeah, we'll take all 30.
I wonder if this is all really icing around the issue or something. Like because truthfully, the big deal to me is that the Big 12 offices themselves are now going to be working with RedBird. And I think we talked last time about how like that has a big TV implication down the road. I almost wonder this is all just dancing around the actual thing.
Yeah, CBS and TNT are subsidiaries of RedBird Capital, which, by the way, are TV entities the Big 12 may want to do business with.
Yeah. I mean, let's go there next. Did the Big 12 just spurn its relationship with a big money partner? This is Locked On Big 12, the Dos Grande Squad. First, speaking of money, today's show is brought to you by our friends at Rocket Money. Like I'm 25 years old. I don't know, dude. I go to my account. I'm like, oh, where did all the money go? It's guys, I have all these subscriptions that I have not canceled yet that I didn't even know about. I forgot about. Where did my money go? That's where it went. The subscriptions. That's where Rocket Money comes in, helping you take control of your finances all in one place. Tracks all your subscriptions in one spot, can help you cancel the ones you don't need with just a few taps. Automatically categorizes your spending so you can actually see when your money is going and set budgets, get alerts, stay on top of your upcoming bills. Rocket Money is a personal financial app that helps find and cancel unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. Let Rocket Money help you reach your financial goals faster. Join at rocketmoney.com/locked-on. rocketmoney.com/locked-on with our friends at Rocket Money. It is the Big 12 Squad. I want to remind you, insert any show name here. .supercast.com for everyday ad-free Locked On Big 12 or the Locked On Big 12 family of podcasts for our everydayers. Locked On Baylor. .supercast.com. Locked On Cougs. .supercast.com for everyday ad-free Locked On shows. The RedBird relationship with national partners. I saw this was like great. Everybody buy in except for BYU because they're BYU. Everybody buy in, take your $30 million, pay it back in a couple years, and let's get an exclusive deal with CBS to pay us $1 billion for our TV and our football games. If I'm RedBird, I'm like, what the hell, man? We went through all of this with the Big 12 front office just for every school to say no. This is a colossal fall apart. From the standpoint of the Big 12 front office and the C-suite with Brett Yormark.
Yeah.
Yep.
I guess
Yep.
it's a fall apart if they were banking on 6 or 8 schools, like Cody said, signing up for this, right? If the truth is they were just trying to build the relationship, I think that's pretty well, like the Big 12 offices are in DFW.
I just can't imagine they did all of this expecting only 1 or 2 teams to buy in.
Well, I just mean the conference itself bought in, though, right? And I think that's the relationship I'm talking about. Is like the conference offices in DFW, or if that's the play, then that was played, so to speak, right? I mean, but save yourself the embarrassment. How are you going to say, like, hey, let's broker this deal with you guys, and then surely we'll give all of our, if your neighbor's like, hey, I'll mow your lawn, and you say, don't mow my lawn, that's just a weird optic. You've already, this is a strange thing that they're like, hey, let's give all your people money, and then the people say no. They're not going to like that.
And that's the thing about this, Drake, is trying to spin this. However, Yormark tries to spin it, it's not going to come off well because, I think the original reporting was that only a handful of the schools, maybe as many as 6, were even considering taking this deal. I think last count, I saw 12 or 13 of them have said, no, we're not taking it. So
right.
I just don't see a way that you spin this any way that makes it look like, hey, we're good over here. All's good.
So
it's definitely a black eye.
Did they get the first team 60 mil? The first team to say yes. Did they get 60 mil?
Oh,
that's my thing is like Hatch and I crossed over this week. If Iowa State's the one who's like, well, if nobody else wants it, we'll take all 500. Originally it was here's 500. It's divvied out equally amongst the teams. If that pot's still full, this is the loophole. It's a big loophole. Hope hat comes off. It's a big loophole. But $500 million for the Baylor Bears today, you'd win the next 3 college football playoff championships. $500 million is way more than anybody else has. Anybody could wish for it in Iowa.
With $500 million, does Dave Aranda win 3 championships?
No, I still need someone else calling the shots.
3-9 Baylor Bears.
I'd like $500 million and a consultant, please.
Drake, I'm going to dredge back up the topic you and I talked about. I brought this up. Utah's been talking about this Ocho Partners deal on their own capital deal. They wanted to get up to $500 million from Ocho Capital. If they're the only ones that are standing there holding the bag from the Big 12, maybe that's the $500 million they get instead of doing this other deal.
So we've mentioned Iowa State, but I think Utah is actually the most interesting one that has not taken it to date, right? Because they were legitimately
they love this stuff. This is their whole deal.
Yeah, they were dabbling in taking on private equity outright, not like a capital deal from a private equity firm, like an actual private equity deal.
Yeah.
And this, to me, if you were already going off that cliff, is a much better. I mean, it's a much better parachute, so to speak, if you're jumping off the cliff. To me,
it's a line of credit to your point, Parker. It's not having to spin off an entire entity to create a new deal for your athletic department. So that's a good point on your part. That it's just you're taking a $500 million line of credit that you can utilize.
Or what if they just need to revise the deal? Like, what if it's just like the 10% interest is too much, or the fact that it's like, hey, by the way, like we may or may not be calling the shots in a few months, like small fine print there. Like maybe they need to revise that. And I think Brett Yormark, he kind of has to take that on the chin and be like, yeah, we let them have too much stake in something, and all the teams. I mean, why would you take that deal? Like right now, outside of having the money, there is a lot more risk than there is reward, and we all know that borrowing money from people ends up, you end up with a broken kneecap, right?
Sure. Have we come up with an answer yet? Have we come up with an answer for if one team took $250 or $500 million and they won at the highest level of college football? Because again, Ohio State's roster, 50 million, 55 million. Your roster, 105. You're going to beat Ohio State. If someone just does that, is that not a loophole? I get it sounds kind of stupid, but someone tell me how it's stupid. Someone push back on one team taking all the money and being the best school in college football and riding off into the sunset.
You have to be able to afford to pay it back, right? Right. I mean,
and as the Baylor Redbirds, and then suddenly you are the Baylor Redbirds.
You are the Baylor Bears.
That doesn't sound too bad, though, actually.
But if I
Redbirds send their hats and boxes,
I think they're underestimating like paying it back part, Drake. Like you do have to pay this money back. It's not just like a hey, you get this money. Like Cody Campbell, Texas Tech, is giving them this money, and he's like, I live for this. Like
Old Yeller dies the end of the movie. Like Old Yeller dies the end of the movie. Let's be practical. Old Yeller dies the end of the movie.
I hadn't finished the movie yet, Drake.
Sorry. Well, he doesn't die. He gets shot. He gets killed. He dies because they make him die.
Are you tell me who did it then? If you're
Life of Men, surely that has a happy ending, right? No one gets shot there.
You can be like, well, there was that movie a few years back. Was it with the guys with the cross country team in the middle of West Texas, whatever it was? They win the championship. That doesn't happen.
The middle of California.
Yes, that movie. It doesn't happen like that. If I buy a dog, it's $1 million dog. You buy a dog for $15. My dog's going to win the Thanksgiving Day dog show. If my roster's $100 million and yours is 50, or in the Big 12, yours is 20, my roster's going to win the football game. I bet on myself. I take that money. I win at the top of college football for 4 or 5 years, and I do what Clemson's doing. Clemson did this, and they ran off to the side. Yeah, you're poor because you're asking to be. You denied us making you rich.
Yeah, but spending the most doesn't always mean you win. Indiana very clearly did not. They spent a lot of money.
But I'm not talking about spending the most. I'm talking about $100 million dog versus a $500,000 dog. Those are two vastly different dogs.
Drake, my only pushback on this is I wonder, you talk about the fine print, something in there. I wonder if there's a cap amount of money you actually can take. Is it 30 million capped? That'd be the only thing I can come up with. If there's a cap take.
What if it's 30 million over 10 years? So it's like you get 3 million a year, and it's like, what's the point of that? Because like at that point, if we just fundraise enough, or like we get on TV like 5 times and
cut our tennis team, cut our golf team.
But that has to be locked by
but nobody can answer that question for me either. I have so many questions that no one can answer. Okay, our golf team is spending $2.9 million a year. Why do you have a golf team?
Because we're winning natties, Drake.
You know what? The only person who shouldn't be the others of you. Why do you have golf teams? That guy can have a golf team. The rest of you can't.
It's a Title IX thing.
Because Jay Goble needs a job. All right, whatever. The Baylor golf coach needs a job.
There's a very famous singer who could just completely fund the Oklahoma State golf program.
Willie Nelson,
just by himself.
Willie Nelson. Darius Rucker.
Dude, it's Ice Spice.
Getting close.
Ice Spice's hair is the same color as the Oklahoma State school.
Coincidence?
That sounds like a partnership meant to be.
Oh, this is an invigorating conversation that could go longer, but that would make it less fun. We're going to talk about it next week. It's time for baseball on the Dos Grande Squad.
No.
Oh, here he comes. Is that a Hall & Oates? Hall & Oates? Hall & Oates, Cam. Hall & Oates, is that it? Man,
both of them, yeah. Both of them.
Not friends, by the way. Strictly business partners. Don't even say they're friends. Creative partners. Hollow Notes. Mountaineer Paul, here he comes. Is West Virginia the best baseball team in the Big 12 Conference?
I would say yes. Obviously, West Virginia,
chest,
good
baby. No,
Listen, man,
Parker.
you go into Lawrence and you sweep Kansas, the number 7 team on the road, the first top team West Virginia has ever taken on the road to do something like that. It was really good. We really had a great time watching that. And West Virginia set the tone in this series. They really did. They dominated throughout. Kansas really only had life in one of the games where they started with back-to-back home runs to start the game. Then West Virginia won that. But, I mean, you in that thing with a 13-2 run rule game, and it was an insanely talented roster from top to bottom on display. And, I think they didn't finish a sweep. They embarrassed them. The number 7 team in America on their own field. The best team in the league.
Honor code violation. Honor code violation.
So, we answered it, man. Sean Smith blasted that 2-run home run into the third. That was really good.
Great word choice.
The 6th was great. Like, I really had a good time. Gavin Kelly, Sean Smith, Paul Schoenfield, the pitching staff, everybody killing it right now in Morgantown.
Before we get to Cody, who might be who's also very hot Big 12 baseball team, Parker Ainsworth, baseball.
I hear we're getting a new coach in a couple weeks. Our coach's contract runs out, and they have not had an extension. And I think they're just going to let the problem take care of itself, like they said in the movie Office Space. Watch spoiling movies, right? They take care of itself. Look, the deal is Houston's got no reason to be bad at baseball. There's no reason to be bad at baseball.
Yes,
and they are.
Yes.
Second highest funded team in the league, by the way. If you didn't see that, came out earlier.
Oh, MP.
Did you guys see this?
He's already dead, Paul. He's already dead. Don't just.
I could use that, Paul. I could use that.
I think he's talking football, but in terms of baseball, I was saying with Houston is like I think I've heard that was pre-pod or at the start of the pod, but like if you took the second tier of Division I players from the city of Houston and the greater Houston area, you'd put together a team that would at least be above 500 in the Big 12.
Who said that?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's really strong, and there's great coaching in the area. I mean, there's a reason Rice dominated for so long when they did.
It's Berkman's Rice.
20 years ago, yeah.
We don't say that where I'm from. We say Rice.
Yeah, he's 100% right. There is zero excuse for Houston to be this devoid of talent with the resources and the capabilities that they have. It's pretty crazy. Yeah.
And the shame is like, and now I'm on a tangent, but like it doesn't take being in a high major conference to go to baseball either. Like Dallas Baptist in Texas has existed, right? And like you could have built a good program as an American conference school and you still didn't really, right? And like that's I think why people are fed up about it. But anyway, that's my soapbox. Anybody else? Baseball?
Cody Stovall.
It is your Astros right now.
We're mother trucking pretty good, fellas. I would say obviously they're the hottest team in the conference, but I would say Oklahoma State is easily the second hottest team in the conference right now. Right? You have sweep versus Tech, you have sweep versus TCU. You take 2 out of 3 versus Arizona State, and I think it's fair to at least throw out there. We probably could have swept Arizona State if we wouldn't have gone with the daggone B team. I don't know why we set so many starters. I understand you got to get rest and things of that nature, but nonetheless, yes, we're cruising at the right time. We're getting some pitchers like Hudson Barrett and Noah Weck back, and we like the long ball, fellas. We're number 2 in the country in home runs, and if we were in Georgia's ball field with that 314-foot right field fence, we would be number 1 in the country in home runs by a solid country mile. So if you like offense, chicks dig the long ball, watch the Cowboys play baseball because it's a fun time right now.
Cam finally found a plastic bag. That is no one screen grab that, please.
Is that the bag that your hat came in?
Oh no.
He landed the plane. Cam, Baylor baseball. Cam?
Baylor has no excuse for being bad at baseball either.
Yeah, I mean, if you go recruit Robinson, Texas, you're going to find plenty of kids that are in your backyard that are really good at baseball. And then Baylor just hasn't. They're like, oh, no, I want to go to New Mexico State.
You could just put a pair of sunglasses on it, and you could be the Saint Baylor guy. And
Taco
Bell.
Kansas State Taco Bell guy.
There you go.
Yeah.
Jesus, Cam's for it.
What was his name again? Saint something.
Saint Bill Snyder.
Saint Bill Snyder.
Bill Snyder.
Yeah.
Hatch, before we get out of here, we crossed over this week, but BYU's got deep pockets. Why is baseball not baseball and softball both? What keeps them behind the punch?
Seems like they don't have boosters that are invested in. I don't think the administration values the two sports for whatever it's worth. I wish they would, because they've got incredible facilities and they're trying to get something going. I know there's a bunch of alumni out there, and I've talked to them that want something positive to happen on the baseball front, but until they get a booster or boosters who are willing to put some money forth for NIL and the like, I just think that BYU's stuck in neutral at best.
Yeah. Sad to see.
Still nothing from Cam here. Is he okay? Is he breathing? Is anybody? Yeah, you good?
I think we lost his mic.
What is going on, Cameron? You're muted? That's a problem for you.
He was muted. No, nope. Still muted.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't. Right. You've muted yourself, dog. We can't help you. Okay,
but your hair looks nice.
Oh, you're good. You're there again. Yeah.
Why didn't nobody tell me? You didn't hear any of that.
None of it at all. we couldn't see your mouth moving. You had a bag over your head.
You were giving up the silent.
That's a solid point.
I thought you were like miming along with.
Yeah. How am I to blame for this? You can't blame me.
Where's Danny on BYU baseball, dude? That is former MLB second baseman Danny Ainge.
Well, that's third baseman, but yet gets a good point. Danny's
now what? Third baseman.
Danny's too tied up trying to figure out how to get AJ DeBonsa to the Utah Jazz right now.
Yeah, that's be next week's squad. G. He's headed to Salt Lake. AJ DeBonsa headed to Salt Lake is a weird title. That's a gonna use that one. All right, see you guys later. It's Cody Stovall of Locked On Oklahoma State, Cameron Stewart with Locked On Baylor, Jake Hatch, Locked On Cougars, Mountaineer Paul talking all things West Virginia, and Parker Ainsworth talking all things Houston. This has been and always will be Locked On. Thanks for making our shows your first listen every single day. It is the Dose Grande Squad.